Loneliness and depression are not synonymous. Loneliness certainly can lead to depression, but depression is more of a separate concern. And people who are depressed often feel lonely. People who are depressed in terms of their symptoms often will withdraw and kind of isolate themselves. So it can be a symptom of depression. But what's interesting is that being lonely lends toward the more depressive symptoms, more of the sorrow, kind of low motivation, and kind of changes in the way that we see ourselves, sometimes in a really profound way. And so that study that I mentioned before, where they looked at or interviewed people about 3 weeks into the lockdown, stay-at-home period, out of the 1,000 or so people that they were able to connect with, of those who said that they were lonely per se and were more lonely, of the lonely group, about 60% had significant depressive symptoms. Of the people who weren't as lonely, about 15%, so about a quarter of those, had any significant depressive symptoms. And so it lets us know that there is that risk. And because depression takes such a toll, and because it's such a big part of what I do in trying to assist people, I did want to take a moment to just talk a little bit about depression and the importance of recognizing it in ourselves, trying to recognize it in other people. Depression can involve sadness and just feeling down, but it doesn't have to. Those don't have to be the overriding things. Sometimes it's more of just not enjoying the things that you normally would enjoy, having sleep problems that you hadn't had before, being constantly fatigued and low energy and maybe more irritable. Doesn't mean that if your best friend's getting on your nerves that they're depressed per se. Problem could be you. But no, seriously, if you suspect that you may be experiencing depression, or if there's someone who you care about, or who maybe somebody you work with, who you suspect may be having some depressive symptoms, it's very important that they seek out appropriate care. There are plenty of people in the medical profession, primary care people, OBGYNs, there are therapists and counselors, there are hotlines, there are plenty of resources to try to help people figure out, okay, is this something a little bit outside of the usual for me, or is this more of just like, okay, I'm having a tough time, I'll get through it. But I think the important thing is to err on the side of caution, and for us to very much support people who are struggling and let them know that it's nothing to be ashamed of, that it's actually something that is not just a matter of like having a positive attitude, and that it's not their fault.